First of all, of course, it had to have a very kind of stable situation. So the first step is to change the old system or the old order, and instead replace the old order with a new order. That order is a stable order. So that's the founding of the People's Republic of China, and then, well, to get China into its to get modernization used to China's real condition. For example, in the early stage of the PRC, well, the central leadership of the People's Republic of China, they are young. They didn't have this kind of experience. So they tried to learn from the Soviet Union, because the Soviet Union had already got more than 4 or 5 year plan before the Second World War. So they had to learn from the Soviet Union. However, just right after the first 5 year plan in 1957, Chairman Mao delivered very important speech. That's on the 10 relations. And one of the relations he mentioned is the relation between the foreign experience and our own country's condition. So he focused more on China's critical or unique condition, social condition, that China still had a huge amount of rural residents working in the, rural residents and the peasants and this kind of thing. So China was still very backward in terms of the balance between the first industry, second industry, and the third industry. And also, China did not have a lot of resources back then. So Chairman Mao and his leaders and his generation of leaders tried to do something to focus more on China's own kind of condition. And it was the same thing that the reform-minded leadership ever since 1978 did, right? So we can say that crossing the river by touching the stone was a very kind of mimic description about this experience. And even for now, Chinese leadership was still trying to focus on China, and that is the sixth sticking up in this year's 20th National Congress report. So we can say that the deep code, or that one of the successful deep code for the CPC's kind of success, is to stick into China's own condition and combine foreign experience.